Okay, I'm going to do another video right after that last one because there's something else I want to talk about. I want to talk about this collective consciousness thing that everybody's always talking about. And again, I'm probably going to have people that are not happy and don't agree, but you know, I didn't start this to be one of the crew and do what everybody else does. I'm going to do from my perspective. So, yes, there is a collective consciousness, but you know how there's an atom in a cell in a finger in a hand in an arm in a body in a family in a city. You get my drift? Okay, well, this doesn't stop, okay? So everybody's talking about they're connecting with your higher self, which is important, very important. Certainly as you move up, you will merge with that higher self that everybody's talking about. But remember that there's also the higher self has a higher self, that higher self has a higher self, that higher self. Now, most of the time they get into collectives, but from the perspective of the other side, that's not a big deal, okay? So, first of all, I want you to realize that. And I will do a video, I think, on that and how that there are different things going on in all those levels as well. And but we'll do that a different day. Today, I want to talk about this collective consciousness thing. Okay, now you create your own reality based on the vibrations that you send out. Okay? So what happens is you're in a bad mood. And let's be very specific. You've looked at the news, and let's say the news says that President Trump sucks, and he's going to take the world into World War III, and he's Hitler, and there are bombings all over, and people are dying, and some ISIS is spreading disease or whatever, okay? Whatever, it doesn't matter. And let's say that you are really focused on that and you're really vibrating that way. Well, what happens is you change timelines. You change timelines to President Trump being that, all of those things happening that I just said. And you are with either people that agree with you or aspects of people that agree with you that create that universe. In that moment, there is a collective consciousness that agrees with you. And you are a part of that collective consciousness. But collective consciousnesses do not control anything you do individually. You control which collective consciousness you're a part of at any moment. Right? You see? So don't get all worried about the collective consciousness because it's irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant. It has nothing to do with you personally. You choose which one you're going to be a part of. So let's say that you believe that President Trump can finally clean out the government, make everything better, work with the world, be instrumental in working with Putin to change things and to make all the bad things better. Let's say you believe in peace on the planet, joy, light, and love. Okay, you're going to switch timelines. Now you're going to switch timelines over to a collective that agrees with you. Now, this is important because whatever timeline you're on, you're going to be working with a bunch of people or you're going to be working against. So let's say scenario number one. You've had a bad day. You made a mistake and watched the news. You have jumped timelines. You look around and sure enough, Trump has said stupid things that he shouldn't have said. He's done stupid things. People are killing each other and you see evidence of it. So you're going, oh, well, see, I got proof. See, the world is a horrible place. Therefore, I have no choice. I am in a horrible place, right? Except you're the one that did it. And so you've got to look around and go, oh no, what have I done? Then you need to meditate, visualize what you want. Trump is a wonderful person. He's doing a great job. There's more peace than ever before. There's new inventions coming out every day. And bammo, plamo, law of attraction works. You change timelines and now you're on a collective that agrees with you. You look around and massively wonderful things are happening. You can't believe how fast they're moving. You see, now you're still working with the collective consciousness and it gives you a bunch more power But when you're in the bad one, the first one, and you want to go to the second one, you've got to do that on your own. And it is trickier, okay? It is harder. You have to not look at what's in front of you and visualize something completely different. And therefore, you're kind of working against the collective consciousness because you took yourself to one that you weren't interested in. So you can't pay any attention to the collective consciousness, nor what the earth is doing, and visualize the one you want to go to and flip over to the other planet and the new collective consciousness. Now you can work with the group that you really want to work with and get things done very quickly. And that's how it's done. Now, you are human. You've come out of 3D. You are going into you're probably in 4D, so you're still dealing with time and space without all the little gadgets to move through it quickly. So you're going to go, oh no, this is going to take forever, because your mind has belief systems in it that says, well, it's got to take forever. Okay, Trump is bad. He'll not ever be good again. So I've got to wait until he's out of office. Then we've got to try to get somebody in who does a good job. You see what I'm saying? You can't pay any attention to that stuff, right? If you flip back into the bad one, then you've just got to say, oh, I flipped into a bad one. Has nothing to do, you've got to start figuring out that you're outside of time and space, and timelines have nothing to do with any of that. You can just visualize where you want to go. And okay, sometimes it's really hard if you're out in the world and you're talking to people and maybe you're watching news or whatever, which is the reason why I stay here and have very little interaction with people, because it's hard enough to do it from here, let alone in a city with a job and all that stuff. I just don't want to do it that way. So anyway, you just can't. You've got to put blinders on, and you've got to say, Trump is a wonderful president. Putin and him are great friends. Write your story. Abraham Hicks is one of my life-saving people. I love what they say. The collective that calls itself, or let's Esther name it, Abraham, and it's Esther Hicks. And she's a channel. And I just absolutely love what they have to say. So they are really, really good. And you can YouTube that and have plenty of little blurbs on Abraham talking. And he is dead on. Which is probably why I have a hard time doing videos, because I haven't read a lot of different people. But Abraham Hicks is one and Eckhart Tolle is another. Absolutely love what those two guys, the information from those two. So I encourage you to use those two, because they are dead on right. But maybe it's a little bit hard to listen to somebody who has been out of the muck, as I say, out of the soup for a very long time, for decades. So that's why I decided to start doing videos, and I've got another video up about that. So I want you to understand that if you're in a collective where things aren't what you want, then you took yourself there, and you can take yourself right back out just as easy. So just join us. Come, head towards the higher numbers and the collective consciousness that are moving towards 5D peace and prosperity, or 4D because you want to go play. So if you want to be in 4D, then you need to visualize full disclosure, seeing good aliens, spaceships up in the sky and landing. Those are the things that you can visualize that are certainly, there are collectives already that are doing that stuff. So if that's what you're interested to, then that's what you need to jump on. Okay? Alright guys, if you have any questions or comments, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.